Mr. Atel Peters, the founder of Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC, has complained that the federal government allows only Dangote Industries Limited to move goods across the country's border amid the closure of the land borders. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are the top 10 stories now. At number 10, the Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency says an outbreak of yellow fever in Ganjiwa local government area of Bauchi State has killed 8 people. The chairman of the agency, Rilwanu Mohammed, stated this while briefing journalists in the state on Monday. He said their polio team was in communities in Ganjiwa for routine exercise and they found out that 8 people died of an unknown disease, so they reported back. Mohammed said that the agency would begin a vaccination exercise in earnest against the deadly disease in the local government area. He called on the general public not to panic as yellow fever has a vaccine. At number 9, gunmen have attacked the divisional police headquarters in Igweben, Edo State, cutting away a large number of arms and ammunition and injuring 2 police officers in the process. The suspected armed robbers reportedly threw an object believed to be dynamite before attacking the station at about 8 p.m. on Monday. It was gathered that once they gained access, they headed straight for the armory where the arms and ammunition were kept. Confirming the incident, the Edo State Police Public Relations Officer Chidi Nwabuzo said the injured police officers, an inspector of police and a corporal, were receiving treatment at an undisclosed hospital. At number 8, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has congratulated Americans for a vibrant exercise of democracy in the November 3rd U.S. general elections. In a statement by his spokesperson Stefan Dujarric on Monday, Guterres also congratulated the President-elect Joe Biden and the Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. He said the partnership between the US and the UN is an essential pillar of the international cooperation needed to address the dramatic challenges facing the world today. Meanwhile, same yesterday, US Attorney General William Barr directed federal prosecutors across the country to examine allegations of fraud in the November 3rd general elections. The Republican incumbent president, Donald Trump, has not conceded and is alleging that the election was stolen by the Democrats, especially in battleground states. Barr said it was important that Americans trust that elections were conducted in such a way that the outcomes accurately reflect the will of voters. At number 7, 26 girls who were abducted by bandits were released after about 3 weeks in captivity. The Aji community in Faskari local government area where the girls were kidnapped from claimed they paid over 6.6 million naira as ransom for their release. This was contrary to the claim by the governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawale, that no ransom was paid to secure the release of the girls. On Monday, sources told Daily Trust that the girls were randomly picked from houses in Gari Naja, a community that shares border with Zamfara State, on October 13, 2020, only to be released on November 6th. A source said, and I quote, "The abductors did not bother to pick children or the old. They carefully selected girls and young women who either lost their husbands or divorced. They also asked their parents to pay a ransom and get their wards back. The parents simply complied because they want their children back and safely." However, the Zamfara State government delegation led by the Commissioner for Security and Home Affairs, Abubakar Doran, handed over the 26 girls to Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari. At number 6, an outbreak of strange illness has hit Ogbadibo local government area of Benue State, killing 17 people. This was contained in a statement issued on Tuesday by the Commissioner for Health and Human Service, Emmanuel Ikulono. A member of the community, Paul Anyebe, who spoke to the Nation newspaper, said those who died of the strange illness developed symptoms like stooling and vomiting with tinges of blood, fever, abdominal pain, and general body weakness. Another person with the symptoms of the disease has been transferred to Benue State University Teaching Hospital in Makodi, and others are receiving treatment at various health centers in Benue. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Human Services, Andrew Ami, said the governor of the state has approved funds for the Ministry of Health to carry out investigation. Benue is the 4th state to record strange illness resulting to deaths. 11 persons recently died following the outbreak of a strange sickness in the community in Oyo State, while 5 were hospitalized. 50 lives were also lost from similar case in Enugu State and 20 in Delta State. At number 5, the Central Bank of Nigeria has opposed a suit seeking to remove the Ajami Arabic inscriptions on Naira notes. It said it would cost the government a colossal sum of money to discard the existing notes and print new ones without Ajami. The Apex Bank made the submission in a counter-affidavit to a suit filed by a Lagos-based lawyer, Malcolm Omirobo, before Justice Mohammed Liman. Omirobo argued that the Arabic inscriptions on the Naira notes portray Nigeria as an Islamic state, contrary to the country's constitutional status of a multi-religious state. He also prayed the court to restrain the CBN from further approving, printing and issuing naira notes with Arabic inscriptions, and that the inscriptions should be replaced with either English language, which is the country's official language, or any of Nigeria's three main indigenous languages, which are Hausa, Yoruba or Igbo. But the CBN said Ajami is not a symbol or mark of Islam, but an inscription to aid non-English speakers who are literate in and use Ajami for trade. At number 4, an activist, Kenechiku Okay, has filed a criminal complaint before a chief magistrate's court in Abuja against Davido, Falz, Burna Boy, Two-Face and 46 others for their alleged roles in the EndSARS protest that took place last month. Okeke alleged that during the aftermath of the protest, his properties were destroyed and the defendants who promoted the EndSARS protest must be brought to book. In the case instituted on Monday, Okeke said the defendants played active roles in the EndSARS protest, which later became violent. At number 3, the chairman of the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abi Kedabirewa, failed to appear before the House of Representatives Committee on Diaspora Matter to defend its 2021 budget estimate on Tuesday. Members of the House of Representatives demanded an unreserved apology from Dabiri Erewa for failure to appear for the budget defense. The commission was scheduled to appear before the House Committee, but the defense was adjourned around 12:17 p.m. because the chairman of the commission failed to arrive at the meeting venue. Angry members of the committee said she must apologize to the committee before a new date will be set for her appearance. At number 2, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has announced plans to abolish the payment of pension and other entitlements to former governors and their deputies. The plan to repeal the payment of Pension Law 2007 was announced by the governor on Tuesday while presenting the 2021 budget to the Lagos State House of Assembly in Lagos. The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, had in a statement on Monday said the budget session is expected to focus on advancing the themes agenda of the state government. Finally, at number 1, Mr. Atel Peters, the founder of Stanbic IBTC Bank PLC, has complained that the federal government allows only Dangote Industries Limited to move goods across the country's border amid the closure of the land borders. Peters said this on Tuesday, adding that legitimate exporters and importers should also be allowed to move goods across the borders. Nigeria's land borders have been closed for more than a year as part of the government's effort to check the smuggling of contraband goods into the country. Peters said on Twitter that allowing only one company to operate, despite the closure, is the reason why some argue that the Nigerian economy is rigged in favor of a handful of well-connected persons. Always remember to wear your mask, wash your hands and stay safe. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.